The Peninsular Plateau. Today we are going to study about the second chapter of geography book, Physical Features of India. In the physical features, Peninsular Plateau is among them. Before starting this topic, so many questions will arise in mind that what is peninsular, what is plateau, why we used to study about the peninsular plateau, these physical features, why it is important, where is its location, what are their divisions. So all these are few questions will arise in the mind and generate curiosity to know about the peninsular plateau. Let's start. First, what is peninsular? Peninsular are a triangular landmass surrounded three sides by water. What is plateau? A plateau is a flat uplifted portion of the earth from the surrounding area. So this is the peninsular. When we talk about the peninsular plateau, this is peninsular plateau, a triangular landmass. This is southern part of India. Eastern side of this peninsular plateau is Bay of Bengal. Western side of this peninsular plateau is Arabian Sea, and southern side of this peninsular plateau is Indian Ocean. These three water bodies surrounding this triangular landmass is called as the peninsular plateau. Location. The peninsular plateau lies to the south of the northern plains of the India. This is the plains of India. Indus, Ganga and Brahmaputra river forms the northern plains. Just south of this part is the peninsular plateau. This is the location of peninsular plateau, and this part is extended to the northeastern states, this place. Now what is peninsular plateau? The peninsular plateau is a table landform. It is a table landform and composed of different types of rocks. These rocks are crystalline rocks, igneous rocks and metamorphic rocks. Igneous rocks are formed when molten magma comes out on the surface of the earth and it cools down, and then it will become solid. By this, igneous rocks are formed. Crystalline rocks are also formed in the same manner, but only the thing is that while cooling the lava, when lava comes out on the surface of the earth, then it will take time to cool down, and this time crystals forms. When slowly when lava cools down, then it will become crystals, and from crystals the igneous rocks are formed. Metamorphic rocks are formed when igneous rock, sedimentary rocks convert or changes due to heat and pressure, then metamorphic rocks are formed. So this peninsular plateau is composed of crystalline, igneous and metamorphic rocks. It is formed due to the breaking and drifting of the Gondwana land. Breaking and drifting of the Gondwana land, and Gondwana land is one of the oldest landmass. This oldest landmass we will see and study from this figure. This is our Earth. Earth, we can see landmass and water bodies. One theory was given by the Alfred Wegener, and the name of this theory is continental drift theory. According to Alfred Wegener, by his continental drift theory, he told that there was one super landmass, and this is the super landmass, and there is water bodies, super landmass. The name of the super landmass given by Alfred Wegener of this landmass is Pangaea. This is the super landmass. There was one landmass, and that landmass was called as the super landmass, and the name given to this landmass is Pangaea by him, and the name of the water bodies was given Panthalassa by Alfred Wegener. Two things is visible here: landmass, that means Pangaea, and water bodies means Panthalassa, name given by the Alfred Wegener. And this is the breaking and drifting started as per this theory. It breaks from the middle, northern part and southern part. It breaks into northern part and southern part. Northern part is called as the Angara land, and southern part is called as the Gondwana land. Means firstly it is divided into two parts, Angara and Gondwana. This is the Gondwana landmass, and from Gondwana landmass, see here, India is going upward. India is going upward, and it goes and meets with the Asia continent. Earlier it was attached to the Africa, eastern side of Africa. So he explained by his theory, continental drift theory, and explained about the breaking and drifting of the Gondwana landmass. This is the oldest landmass by which India has been formed. By this, India is attached to the Eurasian plates. It is clear from this figure. After breaking, drifting, it goes and attached with the Eurasian plates, which we see in the present time. All the continents drifted away. Earlier it was joined together. This is the figure. Earlier is what? It was joined together, and slowly they all started drifting away from each other. Breaking and drifting took place, and still this movement is going on till today. Again back to the peninsular plateau. These plateaus are broad. These plateau regions are broad, shallow valleys and rounded hills. In this peninsular plateau, we can see the broad and shallow valleys and rounded hills. It consists of two broad divisions. This peninsular plateau is divided into two parts, northern part and southern part. Northern part is called as the Central Highlands, and the southern part of this peninsular plateau is called as the Deccan Plateau. This is the division of the peninsular plateau. It is divided into two parts, Central Highlands and Deccan Plateau. By this chart it is very clear. This is the map of India. Northern part means Central India and Southern India, that is the Deccan Plateau. In Central India means Central Highlands. Again these highlands, we can see Malwa Plateau in the Central Highlands, Bundelkhand means parts of Madhya Pradesh and UP, the Baghelkhand which lies in the Madhya Pradesh state, Chotanagpur Plateau. These are the four parts of Central Highlands. Four parts here. These four parts constitute the Central Highlands. Next, Deccan Plateau. In Deccan Plateau, there are divisions. Deccan Trap. Here is the Deccan Trap. Western Ghat. This is the Western Ghat. Eastern Ghat. This is the Eastern Ghat, hilly region. Eastern Ghat, Western Ghat. Again, it is the hilly region. In the northeast, the northeast plateau, it is extended portion. This place, northeast, it is the extended portion of peninsular plateau. Now, Central Highlands. When we talk about the Central Highlands, we will stick to the northern part of the peninsular plateau, means this region. Brief explanation is given here. The part of peninsular plateau lying to the north of Narmada River. Here is the Narmada River. This is the Narmada River flowing westward and going and merges with the Arabian Sea water. Narmada River. The parts of peninsular plateau lying to the north of the Narmada River, covering a major area of Malwa Plateau. Here is Malwa Plateau. Malwa Plateau is known as the Central Highland, means just north of Narmada River is the location of Central Highlands. The Vindhyan Range, this is here, Vindhyan Range is here, is bounded by the Central Highlands on the south and the Aravalis on the northwest. Here is Aravali, which is in the northwest. The Central Highlands are wider. This is the Central Highland. They are wider in the west but narrow in the east. This side is narrow part of Central Highlands. This side is wider in the west side of Central Highlands. The further westward extension gradually merges with the sandy and rocky deserts of Rajasthan. This place, Rajasthan. This is the westward extension. The flow of the rivers draining these regions, namely Chambal, this place. In this Central Highlands, different rivers are flowing. Their names are Chambal, Sindh, Betwa and Ken. They are flowing from southwestern side to northeastern side, southwestern to northeastern, in this direction. Thus, it indicates the slope also. By this, we will know which side is slopey. The Central Highlands are wider in the west but narrow in the east. The eastward extension of this plateau are locally known as Bundelkhand and Baghelkhand. This is the place, Uttar Pradesh and Madhya Pradesh. Bundelkhand. Bundelkhand means parts of Madhya Pradesh and Uttar Pradesh. Baghelkhand means its parts lies in Madhya Pradesh. The Chotanagpur Plateau marks the further eastward extension drained by the Damodar River. Damodar river, it is the eastward extension, and the important river which is flowing is Damodar river. Here Chota Nagpur plateau, eastward extension, this place, and river Damodar is flowing here. Next, the second division is the peninsular plateau. When we talk about the peninsular, keep in mind this is located south of river Narmada. North of river Narmada is Central Highland. South of river Narmada is Deccan Plateau. It is a triangular landmass. It is a triangular landmass. Satpura range here, just south of Narmada river. Narmada river is flowing between the Satpura and Vindhyan range. Narmada river, south of Narmada river, Satpura range is located. Satpura range flanks its broad base in the north, while the Mahadev, here is Mahadev, and Kaimur hills and Maikal ranges form the eastward extension from this side to this side. Eastward extension. The Deccan Plateau is higher in the west. This side is higher. Here the altitudes are higher in the western side, and slopes gently eastward. This side is slopes lower. Here the altitudes are higher, here the altitudes are low. Then the slope will be from west to east. That is why these all are the important rivers: Kaveri, Krishna, Godavari, Mahanadi. These all rivers are flowing from western side to eastern side, from western ghat to eastern ghats, and after making delta, this water goes to Bay of Bengal. An extension of plateau is also visible in northeastern. Here this peninsular plateau is also extended in the Meghalaya state. Here Meghalaya state, Shillong plateau, Karbi Anglong plateau, North Kachar hills, these all are the parts of peninsular plateau. It is separated by a fault. Here in between there is fault, and these faults divides Chota Nagpur plateau and Meghalaya plateau. Chota Nagpur plateau and Meghalaya plateau is divided or separated by the faults here. Three prominent hill ranges from west to east in the Meghalaya. This is the Meghalaya state, Shillong plateau. Western side is Garo, in middle Khasi, and eastern sides is Jaintia. When anybody will move from east to west, then Jaintia will come first, then Khasi, and then Garo. When anybody is moving from west to east, then Garo comes first, then Khasi in the middle, and then Jaintia. These questions are asked from this area, east to west, west to east. Here important is, this region is very important at world's rainiest place. Mawsynram is located here in Meghalaya. The rest we will see in next video. Thank you.